Hello everybody, so I just returned from lawsuit. I was at lawsuit today with respect to Dogo's case. For a lot of you who are interested in following that case, I went there for two reasons. First, to know if the autopsy will be done this week at lawsuit, and secondly, to figure if, as many are requesting, for an independent pathologist, what it will take and how we can go about it. So first, the reason for this, let me first clarify, is that when such things happen, just as that of Dogo, the magistrate, the police usually gets note from the magistrate to go and conduct autopsy in order to obtain, to establish or ascertain cause of death. So in this case, Dogo's brother, Paul, was already invited by police last week to sign a consent form that in case at any time they get the note from the magistrate, they will have to inform him too. So there was a guess that it might likely be this week, and today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Ileya, that's the Eid. So he hasn't yet been called upon, and because we also wanted to know how it goes and how we can also come in to be sure that the process is fair and the outcome is not contestable, I decided to go. Number one finding I made is that there won't be autopsy on Wednesday, tomorrow, because it's holiday. Thursday is also holiday, no autopsy. It is only on Friday there will be two cases that will be treated. The first case is already at lawsuit. The second case that will be brought in from Yaba, I checked the name. It is not Dogo. It is not Dogo. So that means for this week, autopsy on Dogo will not be taking place this week. There won't be autopsy tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday because of holiday. It will only be on Friday, and there are only two cases booked down. That is not to say if police obtains the magistrate order to go ahead and do the autopsy on Friday that they may not see, but the police has assured the brother they will definitely let him know. So we are all on the same page so far. So that's number one clarification. It's not likely happening this week. Number two, we will not need to pay, because when such happens, the bill is taken by the state. The state pays for such because it is magistrates who orders it, and the lawsuit is public hospitals of government. So the bill is taken by the government, so you don't have to worry. But as to requests about whether the process will be fair and all that, let me quickly reassure you, and I said it before now, I said it even to those who are calling and asking. Yes, I understand our fear about Nigeria police force, but it's not at all times that they do not do right. I have never seen, and I'm not sure, that police will doctor outcome of an autopsy report. Pata, they may not share it with you, but it will go where it should go. For instance, like in this case, it will go to DPP. And the DPP, after studying the report, will determine whether this case should be prosecuted or no, there's no need for prosecution. Either of the two that happens, if the autopsy establishes that the cause of death is suspicious, then they will go ahead and prosecute. We already have a lawyer. You will watch brief. If otherwise, the cause of death, according to the autopsy report, does not necessitate for the state to prosecute, the family now has an attorney, and he may just as well just file. He may just file. So we have two options now. But like I said, there's no reason for now to doubt the police. And if the autopsy report comes out and many of you doubt it, at that point we can then start talking about conducting another one by the family. Yeah, of course, at that point we can, at that point there's now a reason. But for now, I do not see a reason. So do not bother contributing money for autopsy yet. That is not to say you can't contribute money. Of course, we need a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to be going and coming, doing all of these things. And the family also needs money. Dogo left children, and they need your support. So you can go ahead and contribute money. Let's give the family. And let us also continue to use it to support them. They are going and coming in this case, other logistics. Lots of money will be needed. Of course, we are already spending. And me, I have limits how much I can use, commit my personal fund. I have limits. But I hope you understand. But let your support keep coming in. But in respect of autopsy, for now, there's no reason to contribute money. And with respect to doubting the police, for now too, I do not think there's a reason. The only reason somebody said they wanted to doubt the police was because the police gave opinion. The IPO at that time gave opinion that it did not think that it was a murder. But that in any case, whether it was or not, that we'll go ahead and conduct an autopsy. So for me, I think that doesn't raise any reason for doubt. Then while at lawsuit, I also did something. I took the avenue while engaging the department to ask about, some of you remember Mubarak, that 14-year-old boy that was killed at Meron by stray bullets. To also ask if he was brought in, because the last time the father went to lawsuit that I asked him to go alongside another comrade. In fact, they nearly beat him up. Some of you saw the video when he came back from Panti. They told him they were going to slap him, they would beat him. On top of that tragedy of his son, just because he came to ask, how far, what are we doing? It is almost 2 years. November 2021, that boy was just abandoned at Yaba. So I decided to ask at lawsuit, help me check. Sonia Mubarak, was an autopsy done here? Because they told him at Panti last week that he should also go and conduct his own, that they have done their own. They have compiled their coroner reports. Okay. So I decided to ask at lawsuit. I checked. I asked for two things. Two names. I gave them Sonia Mubarak. And I also gave them unknown. Help me search these two since November 2021. If such was brought here, and what is the outcome? The search, though, there's no Sonia Mubarak. The search for unknown too, none. But I asked them to continue to search for me. I'll keep going there. It may have been that it was not at lawsuit they conducted it. It may have been that was where they conducted it. But whatever the case, they did not tell the father outcome. They only told him, go and do your own. We have done our own. They wanted to use the costs, because it can cost a fortune. They wanted to use the cost to scare him. So I went to inquire, and they said there's no such name, after helping me to confirm from November. But you see, that Mubarak's case, we want to revive it. We are going to revive that case. The lawyer in charge has been occupied with a lot of things. He's not been available. So he has also agreed that we should engage another. So we are going to engage another lawyer, and we are going to revive the case. At this point, do not forget, all these things cost a lot. We can't carry it alone. Personally, I know how much I drain myself doing these things. We count on your support to join, to support. We want to escalate it again. This time, I've already started communicating with activists, CDHR, Committee for Defense of Human Rights. Started communicating, media, other media personnel, trying to get another lawyer, but we've been slowing down because of costs. But we'll definitely revive the matter. You see, this is what we are saying. Police at one angle, when it involves them, they may want to be cocky, But at other times, when it's not as if they have any interest, they will do right. Mubarak's body is still at the morgue, November 2021. This is 1 year and about 6 months, more than 6 months. Kilo day. So much for justice, equity, and redress in this country. So much for fairness. So much for compensations when things go wrong. So much. To get justice in Nigeria is so expensive. So expensive. First, we have to be taking care of the family. First, take care of the family that is affected. Then next, start helping them to look for justice, prosecute here and there. The matter will drag. It's been dragging. We just need to... I understand, we aren't paying the lawyer. It's just whenever they want to call the matter, okay, yes, I paid for filing, paid for when they wanted to serve. It didn't charge us, And whenever they want to go, just be giving them transport. But, when something is not well funded, it drags. But and me, now only waiting I get, I feel give. I don't kill myself, But all the same, I expected that this is a fundamental human rights case. It's not supposed to suffer this kind of slow-mo. Not supposed to suffer this. The boy is still there. And the mother cried out to us that, in fact, she had these sleeps now. Anything from 1 a.m., she just wakes up and she doesn't sleep again. Sometimes she will cry. As I speak with you right now, she's sick. She's sick. And each time we cry out, government will pretend they didn't hear. And when they hear, they will try to intimidate. They are intimidating the father. In fact, he has told me he doesn't want to go there again. Imagine somebody going to police station to ask, oh, your investigation, how far? And they wanted to beat him. In fact, if he wasn't there with another company, they were going to lock him up for no reason. He said he was afraid they would lock him up. Just for coming to ask, that investigation you are doing, how far? Oh? They wanted to beat him up. It's so sad. So, gentlemen and ladies, just to bring you up to speed, if you have anything you would also like to point our attention to or draw attention to, I just either inbox or put it in comment. Let's debate these things. Nobody is saying the church is guilty. Of course, the autopsy will help or will guide us to know a bit more. It's just that there were a lot of things the church said to the family and the community that logically we're not acquiesced or we're not acceptable to people. Like logically speaking, this cannot be true. That is why autopsy became necessary. That's why doubts are out there. Ordinarily, if we know the truth, people will move, just count. Normally it happens. People count their losses and move on. But when the story given, when it's not clicking, when it's not, jail, when it's doubtful or can be doubted, people tend to say no, that's not it. So I'll continue to bring you updates. Either parties will be fine. I can guarantee you, church, family, they will both be fine. We just need to unravel, just to establish what exactly was the cause of death, and everybody will be fine. Nobody's saying the church, because when they said it was a ritual murder, eventually they found out that the eyes that was bleeding was still there. Okay, maybe for whatever reason the blood was gushing out. So those are the reasons that called for autopsy. We will get to that stage. Let's keep the topic on. Let's keep asking for justice. Let's keep asking for the right information. Let's keep pressing for it. And then the right information will guide all of us as to what's truly transpired, and then everybody will be fine. The church may be innocent. The family may be right. I haven't said anything. I said the church may be innocent, and also the family may also be right. So, but scientific analysis, such as an autopsy like this, will give us a guide, and God will help us all. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you.